Okay, it has been a while since I've given an update here. So just gonna kind of do this one, chilling for a second, laying in the bed. Um, I it's been over a week. Let's see. Sorry for the fan noise. I have a personal AC unit in my room, and it's kept at 61 degrees when it comes to night. Anyway, I haven't updated probably since before Christmas. So let's backtrack a little bit. Just got busy with the end of the year stuff and forgot I was doing this thing to keep people updated and just kind of to go back and look at this fun journey of marathon training. All right, so the Thursday's run. So that's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve was just 5 miles fast. So meaning your job is to go out there and run. For me, it was a little bit more than a minute, or right at a minute to my to my marathon pace. So it was about 8 minutes per mile for 5 miles. And so I'm draw the route, and it's cold. Like, I know it's less than 30 degrees. So I get up, get everything moving, and run those miles. And man, I'm flying. Things are working out. And Christmas Eve was a very busy day. Had plans in the morning, and so I needed to get it done early. I was also dog sitting, so there was lots of little things going on. And maybe I'll just cut the thing off for this moment. All right, so so run was awesome. Okay, until I get to about less than a quarter mile, I hear this guy yelling at me, "Hey, hey!" Turns out he wasn't yelling at me. He was yelling at his dog, who wasn't on a leash. Okay, so probably everybody's, at least the picture in my mind was this dog chasing after me, which it was, chasing after while I'm in mid-run. Okay, and it catches up to me, and I can hear it going, okay, in the back, and all I can imagine is a dog jumping on my neck, right, and like knocking me over. Okay, and I'm like, what else are you gonna do at this moment? Stop? No. So you just keep running. So I'm running and running and running. He gets up to me and he starts bumping me on the leg. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look down. Look down. This dog is like as happy as ever. Okay. He won't stop running with me though. So I have to stop. Okay. I tell him, no, go to your home. It doesn't work. Okay. The owner's over there yelling, like, oh, sorry, man, I don't have a leash, blah, blah, blah. So I stand there for a couple seconds. He won't leave. I have to run back to the owner with the dog, because that's the only way you'd go back, then finish my run. So would have been under 40 minutes, which I would have been very excited for, because that would have definitely been a fast run for me. And so that's how that run ended. As soon as I get done with that run, I hustle, take the fastest shower known to man, and head downtown, do Christmas Eve stuff, and then go back, dog sit some more, and then eat dinner again. Eat all the foods. So I had a choice. I could have tried to run the 12 miles on that Thursday and then run the 5 miles fast on Saturday, but it was just not enough time, and I was already getting up early at like 5 to make this happen, 5 something. So I was like, there's just not enough time. The amount of time it takes me to warm up and get my body acclimated and do the proper stuff takes too much time. So I was like, no. So that means Saturday I was gonna have to do it, and this was just this last Saturday. So on that run, okay, now I am tamale, queso, margarita, every dessert known to man, Christmas crack, lots of it, ham sandwiches, breakfast, over coffee, caffeinated, probably less hydrated. Ate everything in sight for 2 days straight. So I come to this run Saturday and I'm like, man, first of all, I had to use the restroom about 5 times before the run. And I mean, like, not the runs, but they were solid for 5. Probably didn't want to know that, but you got that information anyway. Call that a bonus. So I'm telling Casey, hey, I don't know about this run. She's like, well, call me if you have to poop in your pants. So it's kind of a running joke. Get it? Running. Okay. So because I know, like, a couple times when we ran, I've had to use the bathroom and there was nothing you could do but just hold. So and this is the longest run up to date. So it's 12 miles. 12 miles to that point. And I was like pretty nervous about it. And when I started, I could tell. Every mile hurt. I mean, every single one. Not just the beginning ones where you're kind of getting more warmed up and everything, but every single one hurt. Every single one. So when I get halfway, I'm 6.5 miles in, a little over halfway, and I'm turning around to make it back, and I'm like, wow, every step is hurting. My feet are on fire. I'm probably running ugly, which I was confirmed by that because a friend of mine saw me running and yelled out the window, man, that is the ugliest form I've ever seen. True story. Half a mile left. My feet are on fire. I'm just trying to get done. And he's just out there just dogging me out. So that run was slower as I would have thought it was, but it was just that it was so painful was the problem. Feet were on fire. Nothing was comfortable. Still getting acclimated to the new shoes, which I believe they feel pretty worn in / broken in now, but still. So did that, and then completed it though, which is always my goal, right? To complete the run and to continue to put in those runs. So that was Saturday's run. Tuesday, started to get back on track, meeting my meal plan food, and I'll probably do a video maybe next week on meal plan food. It'll be the beginning of the year and kind of my plan of attack for the rest of the marathon training and for dietary and all the things needed. So yeah, we'll go through that. So because I think it'll be interesting to kind of take you through the process of what I want to do and all that stuff. Okay. Or at least interesting to me, whatever. So Tuesdays was, this is a deload week. So it's supposed to be like less volume, whatever. So it was 2 mile warm up, then 3 1 mile repeats, which means that you're doing mile runs for intervals. And after each mile, you have a 3-minute rest and then do it again. And then after that, a 1 mile cool down. So in terms of repeats, I think these are not as bad. I mean, they're bad because you have to run fast and you are pushing the pace. But again, I'm reminded that it doesn't have to be marathon, like, the fastest mile you've ever ran. So for instance, my personal PR to date in a mile run is 6:10. And these miles were in the 7:40 range, for all 3. And that was after the 2 mile. So to recover, do that effort again, recover, do that effort again. It's pretty good. And then the last mile just needed to be at marathon pace, which is right at 9 minutes, a little under 9 minutes, and then be done. So that was Tuesday. Now, I'm up to speed now. So Thursday, tomorrow, that's New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve run is going to be 2 miles warm up, 3 miles fast, and then a 2 mile cool down. So this is 3 miles fast. Think of, 5K's 3.1. Yeah, sounds right. 3.1 miles. So it's basically like a 5K So take advantage of it. Maybe you have a good time, maybe not. But the focus for me is a couple things. One, to really, really warm up and take my time doing that 2-mile run. Whatever the form that I'm going to maintain for my longer runs is the form and technique I'm going to try to maintain on these 2-mile, because they are, marathon pace or a little under, right? So they're usually around 8:30 to 8:45, somewhere in that range, and I just need to maintain 9, but it's kind of hard to temper that when you first start running. So that'll be the pace that I'm looking to maintain. And then the 3 miles, I'm gonna probably start out a little hot, so it'll probably be somewhere in the 7:45 to 8-minute range. Hold the first mile for 8 minutes, second mile and a half, depending on where I am and how I'm feeling. I'll keep that pace, and then the 3rd mile, I'm gonna push it hard till the end. And then once that happens, take enough of a cool down break to do that 2-mile cool down again, and then really, really recover. So I spent a lot of time tonight on my shins and my posterior tibs after I went to the chiropractor today. He's like, hey, these are the areas that you need to focus on. And so that helped to clear up some pain that I've been having and discomfort in the running. I was taking care of this earlier, but I stopped because I was feeling better. And so I know better. You got to keep doing it to keep that status quo, so to speak. So that'll be Christmas Eve run. And then Saturdays is this deload week or slower volume week will be 10 miles on Saturday. So I'll do the same route that I did for 5. I'll just do 2 loops. So pretty cool in terms of that, and be a good way to start. But yeah, I'll do a video maybe on like a day, just like, hey, here's all my meals throughout the day. Meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and kind of go from there. But yeah, that's the update, and I'll update you after the run tomorrow, aka New Year's Eve. This is week, I don't know. When these videos go up, it'll say what week this is of training, okay? But I can never remember what week this is of training, so week something of training. Until then, I'm gonna take a shower and go to bed, and I will update you on Thursday or tomorrow.